The Judgment Day has a lot going on as usual, so we'll see what's up there. We'll also check out the latest for Roxanne Perez, CM Punk, and more, starting things off with everything related to Finn Balor and his main storyline right now ever since cutting that promo very early in the year on Raw when they were in Orlando. It did seem like Finn Balor was on this babyface trajectory with his character, and this continued when he had a world title match against CM Punk in Ireland that was a fair and straight-up match without any outside interference from the Judgment Day. Finn and Punk shook hands after that, and Finn was being very respectful and honorable, something we haven't seen from him since before his days in the Judgment Day, and after CM Punk gave Finn that detailed talk about leaving the Judgment Day and focusing on himself. It did seem like Finn listened to those words of advice from Punk. That's what made Finn go over to ask Adam Pearce about entering the Royal Rumble match, but when Finn was denied entry, that shifted Finn's character direction into more of an anti-hero type of path. He would later on go on to attack CM Punk, but he made it clear that he was not attacking CM Punk out of hatred or being just evil. He was coming after him because he was tired of being disrespected in general and now planned on taking the world title and forcefully demanding respect, like Finn said in his vignette. He's not a good guy. He's not a bad guy. He's just someone that will not stop at anything until he's world champion again, so that laid the foundation. Right there for Finn being in this new anti-hero role. The February 9th edition of Raw featured a backstage segment inside the Judgment Day's lair, and things got pretty intense there in a hurry when Finn was looking all down and out. Raquel sent Dominik Mysterio over there to check on Finn, and Dominik's words were not very helpful at all, and were all pretty triggering to Finn Balor. Dominik tried cheering Finn up by saying that JD McDonough will be back soon, and how they're going to win back the World Tag Team titles. Dominik's comments prove that he has not been listening to a word Finn has been saying in recent weeks, because Finn made it extremely clear that he was focusing on singles gold in 2026. Finn loves JD. The tag team titles are cool, but Finn made it very clear that he wants a world title, and this is what Finn tells Dominik. He tells him that it's a world title is after, but Dominik once again only adds more fuel to the fire. Dominik notes how everyone is already looking past Finn and talking about Punk versus Roman at WrestleMania, and how Finn's window for world title gold is now closed. Finn was very hurt by Dominik's entire remarks and left the scene by saying that he thought they were supposed to be a family. This was an amazing backstage segment for continuing to build tension amongst the Judgment Day. Dominik was tasked with the job of lifting Finn's spirits, but Dominik crushed Finn with his words, and in a nice way. Dominik pretty much told Finn that his ceiling was a tag team title, so definitely not the type of support and helpful words that you're expecting to get from your so-called family members, not only as the fans, his peers, and the general manager disrespecting Finn, but now even his Judgment Day family members are disrespecting him and basically saying that his current aspirations are impossible. So it's a really tough spot to be in if you're Finn Balor. You're looking around for support and words to lift you up, and there's nothing there at all, not even from the group you've been with for 4 years now. This led to Finn Balor making his way to the ring to interrupt the CM Punk interview. Finn pointed out how he laid out and hurt Punk during their world title match from a few weeks ago, how mentioned how he was not going to let Roman Reigns slide in and finish Punk off when it was Finn who did all the damage to him in the first place. There was even a reference to Extreme Rules 2021. Finn Balor said he also had not forgotten about that match where he had Roman Reigns beat until the top rope snapped on him. Finn mentioning this moment got a huge reaction from the community because that was a huge moment from 2021 that was never explained or talked about again in any way. The Demon Finn Balor was seconds away from defeating Roman for the title, but the top rope snaps, Roman capitalizes, and no one ever talked about that moment again after that. No story explanation for the top rope snapping. Finn did not ask for a rematch after that happened. It was just never addressed again, so it's pretty bizarre that it took 5 years before the moment was brought back up, but there's a confirmation right there that Finn has not forgotten about that moment at all. And be sure to remember this line from Finn about Extreme Rules 2021, because if Roman is the world champion coming out of WrestleMania 41, maybe they're already planting early seeds of Finn Balor versus Roman Reigns for the world title again. They haven't done that match since that screwy top rope finish at Extreme Rules 2021. That is a rematch that's 5 years in the making. So it looks like there's a slight chance that we could see that matchup in 2026, but CM Punk also ended up making his way to the ring. They exchanged some words, and the world title match at Elimination Chamber is now official. It'll be Finn versus Punk for the world title. Although Finn is desperate to win that world title and will do whatever it takes, it still does not feel like a spot where Finn wins a world title. Punk versus Roman is their WrestleMania main event, and it does not seem like anything is changing that, so it'll be another great match between Punk and Finn. But it does not seem likely that Finn will actually win, given the remarks from Dominik early in the night and the entire Judgment Day not really being on the same page as Finn as of late. It does seem like the possibility of Dominik and the Judgment Day betraying Finn Balor at Elimination Chamber are even more high now at this point. It feels like a betrayal is really needed right here, and remember the other little seed they slipped into the Judgment Day lair segment on this week's Raw Dominik, so they're telling him that he has to defend his Intercontinental title soon, since it's been a while since he defended it. Well, if the Judgment Day betrays Finn Balor at Elimination Chamber, Finn may just temporarily take his eyes off the world title and come after Dominik's Intercontinental title instead. And that could be the WrestleMania 42 plans for both men. It's a quick backstage segment, but when you look at it closely, it does appear to have many hints for Dominik versus Finn at WrestleMania 42. Dominik needs to defend his title soon. Finn really wants singles gold. Dominik isn't really on the same page as Finn and views Finn as a tag team wrestler. It's just a perfect recipe for a big collision there between Finn and Dominik, so keep a close eye on Elimination Chamber, because there's a lot of signs that indicate that it could be Finn's final night as a member of the Judgment Day. In other Judgment Day related news, fans were quick to notice that Roxanne Perez was nowhere to be seen on the February 9th edition of Raw, and that was for a very specific reason. Roxanne Perez was feeling sick and was off the road for that edition of Raw. Roxanne revealed this herself on her Instagram story. She also showed that the entire Judgment Day got together to send her a get well soon care package that was full of balloons, food, gifts, and more. There's no official word on what Roxanne is dealing with, but hopefully she does have a speedy recovery and could be back as soon as possible. Roxanne Perez has an important role to play right now within the Judgment Day of pretty much trying to keep the peace between Liv and Raquel, as well as Dominik and Finn, so her absence was felt this week, and hopefully she'll back real soon to pick that role right back up. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.